Oh my gosh, I've got a whole day to sew till Hannah comes and we're going to walk the dogs. Can I do anything? Let's see what I can get me. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Judy and you are watching Running Sew and Sew. And for those of you that have watched me for a while, you'll know that when I'm dressed like this, vest top on, Oolah leggings on the legs. I'm not even going to lift my leg up. There you go. Oolah leggings on the legs. In my comfy sewing chair, in my lovely sewing space. And I'm going to see what I can get made today. Now, I am not a super fast sewer. I never have been. I used to, when I was younger, be a bit of a whiz. When I say a whiz, I don't mean like super good, absolutely brilliant. Well, I like to think I am. But when I say whiz, I mean I used to be too fast at things, and I've consciously made myself slow down and be steadier. And I've had to do that because of my mental health issues. So I'm going to show you where I am and what I would like to try and get done. I've worked out how to use time-lapse on the camera. So my plan was to put the camera looking back at me on time-lapse, and we'll just see what we can get done. Now, I want to get on with this. This is the Marlowe sweater. Now, if you watch one of my earlier vlogs, I said I was going to make the Granite sweater by Maison Fauve in this beautiful fabric. This is just a scrap, can you see that? This is Stardust by Atelier Brunette. Now, this was out a few years ago, and I managed to get some in one of their sales, and I've had it for ages, and I didn't know what to make with it. So I decided I would do the Marlowe, and the Marlowe is all cut out. And Ruan made me do it. I have done a Ruan. Now, I can't remember which vlog it was of Ruan's, but she did a vlog where she talked about organising her sewing things. And I love organisation. I love to try things. So whether this lasts is another matter altogether. Whether somebody else says, have you tried this? And I might do that instead. But these are zip top bags you get from Amazon. Just A3 size, and everything fits inside them. So this one has the Marlowe sweater in it. And you saw Rachel's pictures on Instagram. She's just made a kilo wrap dress. We were both talking about the kilo wrap dress, and this is my kilo wrap dress, all ready to go. Instructions are here. That is the these are the instructions for the Elodie dress by Closet Core. It's gone a bit Closet Core today, actually. Now, this is the bonus dress. This is the Can I Get This Done dress. There's the Elodie dress. It's the simple wrap dress. I'm going to do this one. And this I'm meant to be doing as a collaboration make with the lovely Crystal from my social thread as part of our 3 months sew 3 garments. The other thing is the Sicily slip dress. Now, I am going to hold it up and I will talk more about my Sicily slip dress. So this is the first one, and I will talk about how I've done the shoulders. She says holding on to them, so it's inside out, but I love it. This is the first one. I love this fabric. This is first for fabrics, but this will appear again. There it is, the right way around. These slip dresses are so forgiving to your shape. So that's the first one. That's ready for hemming. The Charlie sweater is for the holiday. That's ready for hemming. The Davy dress, which was on the last video, is ready for mariflexing round the neck, or top or cover stitching. I might do that on the cover stitch. They won't get done today. Those are cover stitch jobs, and when I get the cover stitch out, they will get finished. I'm sort of verbalising my sewing. Second Sicily slip dress with some fabric from Rainbow Fabrics. Now, Rainbow Fabrics, I'm not going to say. The fabrics are lovely. They're not expensive. But just beware, you are likely to get the odd error on your fabrics. So there is an error on this somewhere. There's a printing error, and it looks like I have managed to cut round it. This fabric was so cheap. I think I paid £7 for it, for the length. And I got 3 meters. And all I wanted was to make a Sicily slip dress. So that's on the sewing pile this morning. Also on the sewing pile this morning is, oh, I'll come to that bit in a minute, this beautiful viscose lawn that I bought from Sherwood's when I went to the Festival of Quilts last year with Sian, Rachel and Nia and Jane, the Kittenish Behaviour crew basically. This beautiful fabric, this fruity fabric, and it's got a little glitter bit on it. Can you see the glitter bit on it? So I've narrow hemmed it at the bottom and I'm French seaming it, and it's taken everything in to the French seam beautifully. And it's made, it's always when you do these narrow hem, come on, into focus little camera. Come on, I'm wanting you to do something for me. There you go. You can see it's actually made a neater finish, so the hem matches up level with where I've got the French seam, and that's going to make a neater finish than me trying to do the narrow hem through the French seam. Zoom out again. Also in progress here is a salt water, and this is the salt water that I will be wearing on Saturday to Rachel's hen do. Now, I did think that I might wear a t-shirt underneath it, and I have on the line some blue bamboo jersey to make a simple t-shirt, and I'll try and put a picture in here of the Closet Core free t-shirt, and I'll put the link in the description box below. Whether I get that made today, I don't know, but Hannah has printed out the pattern for me because my printer decided it was not going to work yesterday. Now, when I was cutting out the binding for, this was one length of fabric, and I managed to get, I think I had 3 meters. So I've got the Saltwater and Ogden. And when I'd done the binding, I think I'm a queen at bias binding making now. I'm going to come to, I'll do bias binding now. When I do my bias binding, I can take the foot plates off my sewing machine, and I have one, this is the one I use for the, I'm leaning on something then. This is the one I use for embroidery on my machine, but it's got a single hole in the middle. Now that is compared to this one, which is the normal one. Now this long line here is where the needle goes, and you can have the material pull through that. So I've got this one here. So I have to tell my machine I've got this, it's called the straight stitch plate. If you've got Bernina, you can buy them. Yeah, it's Bernina, yes, it's expensive. But if you're going to buy yourself something useful for your machine, if you can get a plate like this for your machine, I think they're worth their weight in gold. Because when you are sewing with a really fine material, actually having that ability not to let the fabric get pulled underneath is really, really key. So I've got my straight stitch plate on, and I tell my machine it's got a straight stitch plate on. I've got my lovely Tesco's basket there with so many bits in it all the way there. So binding for the saltwater slip dress, I'm going to give you a quick tip. All the straps, that's the belt tie and the spaghetti straps and the binding to go round, it's all the same width. Absolutely everything is the same width. Now if you have a cutting mat and a rotary cutter and one of those huge quilter's rulers, you might as well just cut it on the bias at 1.5 inches and then put it through your binding maker. Now this is where I absolutely howl at myself, because my tape, my quilter's ruler, I've got so many wasps. The quilter's ruler is in inches and my binding maker says 1.8 millimeters, it's 18 millimeters. So work it out from that, everybody. Yes, nutcase here, but it works and it makes the perfect binding and the perfect width. You don't need to cut those strips out. If you can cut them out using a ruler, if you haven't got a rotary cutter or a cutting board, lay a ruler down and very carefully measure 1.5 inches. I'm going to pause you, hold on a minute. Right, I'm back. 1.5 inches is 3.81 centimetres, and 18 millimetres is basically 0.8 of an inch. There you go. Those are the tools I've got. It works. I'm not going to go and mix my tools up, but that's what I've done. So I have got a huge pile of binding, and then I simply, you don't actually have to measure the straps perfectly, as long as the strap bits here on the saltwater are the same length and the bits where the little loops are the same length. That's fine. So what I will do is I will get 2 pieces, fold it in half and think, right, well, get a piece, fold it in half, think, right, fold it in half again. That's about the right length to put that first little loop on, and I will simply cut it there. But I do it after I've sewn most of it down. So the bits for the loops, you've got to sew that down first. You'll see me do it, because I've got that job to do this morning. Now the other thing I've got here is a square of, basically a triangle of fabric. And I was looking at that and I thought, do you know, if I wanted to, I could have one of those headscarves that goes like that. So I'm actually going to put it through the narrow hemmer and see what happens. So that's using that scrap. Those are today's plans, right? Saltwater, Ogden headscarf, kilo Marlow. That's what I want to get done today. As much of those done as possible. I have got my Luz bodysuit out, and the aim is that this evening I might be able to sit down and have a little play with that and see where I am with that, and if I can get any of that done as well. That's still in its box. I think that and the Elodie are definitely the 2 bonus makes. I've got over on the far side, I've got 2 patterns. I'm not even going to go and look at the moment. Just look at that, I'm right over there. In another package I have got the opal shorts, and the opal shorts I can do towards the back end of the week, and I am hoping that I can get most of this sewing done in 5 days. But tomorrow is going to be an interesting day because I have therapy, I have my mental health counselling therapy, and then I'm going off to see some friends I haven't seen for a while, but I will be back in the afternoon. But when I go and see my friends, I'm taking the dogs on the bike so they haven't got to be walked. 2 birds with 1 stone. Right, let's get going and see where we're at. Well, it's gone. I'm back. It's now Thursday. I didn't do any more vlogging because I've had my head down and I've been sewing. Tuesday was great. I actually took the girls down to some friends on the bikes, so that was Tuesday out, and I couldn't, when I got back I just wanted to sew. I didn't want to get the camera out. So this morning I am making an emergency dash to Bugweeds. I have been in touch with the lovely Rebecca at Bugweeds. I'll put them in the description box, and just remember that I'm not paid to say anything. There's no paid endorsements here. But I needed a pattern for a dress. I can't tell you why I needed a pattern for the dress or which dress it is, but all will become apparent in the forthcoming vlogs, because it appears that I am doing vlogs probably every other day, I'd say, when I'm in Oregon, to show you all what I'm doing and where I'm going, because this is going to be very heavily a sewing holiday. So I'm just nipping up to Rebecca. She's printed a pattern out for me. I got in touch with her last night and said, help, can you help me out? And of course, being Rebecca, she said, not a problem. And the pattern is there ready for me. She told me it was ready this morning, so I thought, right, I'll whip the dogs up to the race course. So we've been to the race course, and currently I'm just going to stop you. Hold on a second. I'll just change you on the side. I'm in the traffic lights. The traffic lights are red. You can see ahead that the traffic lights are red, but that's Bootham Bar. Oh, can you see it? There it is, Bootham Bar. I'm just going along the inside of the walls. You're back with me now. So yes, you'll see Bootham Bar just go past here when I start driving. The lights are still on red. This junction is a nightmare. It's at the bottom of what we call Bootham. So I've got the walls on my right, and I'm going along what was the York Inner Ring Road. So the walls will be on my right, but behind the shops. And it's a very sort of independent shopping area of York. So a lot of the tourists will come in from a car park off to my left, and then they'll come through. There's a couple coming down off the walls as we speak at the moment, and that takes you straight up to the Minster. And I'll try and do some filming of the walls, because I'm going to come back in because I want to go to Waitrose. I have a request for some roses from Jane, so like Jane, I need to get that. And I am going on Tuesday, I can't believe I'm saying it now, I'm going on Tuesday to the Beaverton Quilts of Valor group. So if you watch me and you are at Beaverton Quilts of Valor group on Tuesday, I'm bringing biscuits. Sorry, I'm bringing shortbread biscuits from Waitrose. I'm not going to call them shortbread cookies because they are shortbread biscuits. Shortbread is shortbread. So I'm bringing that. So I'm just going down Chilligate at the moment, which is absolutely gorgeous. You can see all the lovely shops on my right as we go through. So I'm going to nip up to Bugweeds, which is getting, oh my gosh, that shop is getting so much more. It's getting, I just can't describe it. Ever since she opened it up as a shop, she's just got more and more stuff in that you all just want and need. And I sent the messages this morning and I went, help, have you got any Maraflex thread? Absolutely got Maraflex thread, Judy. She has got every single type of thread you might want. And all you have to do is DM her on Insta and she's straight back at you and telling you what she's got. She's absolutely spot on. So I'll see you when I get to Bugweeds. So I'm at Bugweeds and I was mentioning when I was on my way here about their range of thread. So they do have Maraflex thread and it is here. It's just as it is in Fursa Fabrics as well. Brilliant stuff, absolutely fantastic. But they have the So Creative, the machine embroidery, the natural cotton in large and small quilting threads, an array of ordinary Gutermans, and then in different sizes as well, more Gutermann Creative, and up here Gutermann Pure Silk. And as I say, I just DM Rebecca and ask what she's got. I'll even send her a shade and she'll match it up for me. But since I last came, she's just had to move around of this back room. Now she's got the sewing next door. And we've got more new fabrics. I mean, look at these. These are jerseys. Oh my gosh. Oh, they've got a little bit of, that's not a jersey. That's like a stretch cotton. That is absolutely beautiful. And then over here, she's got velvets, batting, ribbing, chunky ribbing, and narrow ribbing. What a choice. And if you're interested in prices, she got the prices on here. Usually she has a great big Bugweeds sign next to it, but oh, sorry about that. There you go. Patterns on the table, reduced. And literally every time I come, there's more. She's actually got jerseys on these lovely rolls here. And then we've got Dashwood rayons. Beautiful selection. And then more here as well. And the archetypal Bugweeds ladybird at the top there as well. More here. And then if I just go around here, you can see the hole where I've taken some liberties out. But every time I come, she seems to squeeze more and more and more and more in. And I have got my mystery pattern printed off. And there's the fabric I'm going to use to make it. Just going back to the threads. Similarly with Metler, now my machine loves Metler threads. That is what is recommended. And that's what comes with your machine test. You get some little reels, but I love Metler thread. My machine loves Metler thread. So I bought a Maraflex for today and a Metler. I need to get another one for my mystery new fabric for my mystery garment. So I've come in from a Maraflex and Rebecca's just told me that she's got the Metler Seraflex thread, but it was in a box. So I've come and we've got it out of the box, created a bit of a mess on the floor, and here it is. And the thread I wanted is to match this lovely bamboo jersey here, and I've gone for a contrast, a darker one. I think the other one I could have had was this one here, but I think that's a bit too pale. Yeah, a bit too bright. Oh wow. So you can now have Maraflex, or you can have Seraflex, which is the Metler version, used in exactly the same way, Rebecca? Yes. Exactly the same. No, so I'm going for that. And different. It's also got the lovely fluorescent colours. Goodness me. And it says, oh, well, this set tells you what the little things at the top are for elastic seams. You can do straight stitch, zigzag. Absolutely fantastic. It's a bit of a revolution, this stuff.
And that is 130 metres on there.
And how much is there on a Maraflex?
I was just thinking 150.
150.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh, thank you. Looks great, doesn't it? Right, let's lift it on the floor for you. So this is Eddie the Beast, the pattern printer at Bugweeds. And I'm so pleased that Rebecca does pattern printing, because I was panicking about getting this mystery pattern printed. Right, so here I go. I'm leaving Bugweeds now. I've been very naughty. I've bought more fabric. I have bought little parcels to take, because I'm going to meet so many quilting people. So I've got little tiny gifts to take from the UK. So that's all done at Bugweed. So it's all been done locally to me, which is really, really good. And I've been able to find something traditionally English. I'm not going to say what these little parcels are, but Rebecca's helped me do those this morning, which is absolutely fantastic. Here we are, Friday. I'm just waiting for Melanie to come to hem those dresses. I've got my Davy dress here ready to hem, and I have got some Maraflex thread. This is Maraflex. I ordered that on Amazon and then ended up going to Rebecca's. Yesterday when I went to Rebecca's, I was like a kid in a sweet shop, especially when she got that big box out. It was like, whoa, this is unboxing on steroids. All for one reel of thread. But hey, I've done it. So today I have to make the mystery dress. Oh, the mystery dress. So the mystery dress is going to be the bonus dress, and if I don't get it finished, I'm afraid I'm going to literally take my thread, my pattern and a half-finished dress to Lorianne's to finish there. Thankfully, she's got the same machine, so this bobbin will go in hers. And I just love the way all these machine companies have different size bobbins. I've always ended up with a machine with a non-standard bobbin. When I had my Elna, that was non-standard. I've still got my Elna. When I had my first Bernina, I was standard on my first Bernina. Standard, those large metal bobbins. The little Bernina's got the same size as that, as the, oh God, I can't remember which one it was I had now. It wasn't a 1090. Oh, I can't remember what it was. Yeah, 1090. It was a 1090 that I had. That when I got the Bernina Artista 180, different bobbin. 770, different bobbin. 880, different bobbin. Now my spare 770 bobbins fit in Rachel's machine, so she's got the spares that I keep finding around the house. And I still find Artista bobbins lying around the house. Janice not had to buy a bobbin. Not had to buy one at all. And as for all these bobbin cases and these bobby things that you can stick all your bobbins together in these boxes where you can line your colours up at work, I do have a box. Yes, I do have a box. I bought one for Rachel when she got her machine and got David to stick it in the box. So that's what I do have. And then I've got the toolkit bobbins in there. I just keep buying them. Anyway. So what have I got finished? And I'm going to tell you what I've got finished now, and then I'm going to put some pictures. I'm going to put, the picture will either be flat or it will be on my dressmaker's dummy, because I am so short of time, because tomorrow, I want this vlog to finish today. Tomorrow I am going to Leeds and it is Rachel's hen day. I can't tell you what's happening, just in case this gets uploaded before she sees. The chance will be a fine thing, but anyway, you never know. So we are going to Leeds for Rachel's hen do. And it's a long time since I've been on a hen do. I didn't go on my daughter's. I didn't want to. I said no, mother. But Rachel is different, and Rachel wants her mother and her mother-in-law to be on the hen do. It will be fun, but it's the last thing I need to do before I set off. So I've been racing around, and poor Deanna's sort of like scuppering away and hiding in her room because she doesn't know what's going to happen next. She's still asleep, and I've got the kitchen door shut, and I've got Poppy and Maggie in here with me. Melanie is due any minute now to take up the hems and have a cup of coffee. So what have I made? First up, the Opal Shorts by Megan Nielsen. Absolutely, totally recommend this pattern. I didn't put the pockets in, and that sped up the making process. I used a beautiful rust-coloured linen from First for Fabrics. Spot on, love it. To go with that, the Closet Core t-shirt And I have made another Ogden cami using the same fabric as I'm used for the dress for tomorrow, and that will go with it. The Ogden cami will go with the opal shorts as well. I have made 2 Sicily slip dresses, and I'm not going to put pictures of those in yet because they will be out on a vlog that I will film in Oregon for my big reveal on the 11th with Crystal. I have also, what else have I made? Oh, I've made the Nansu dress. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Here's a picture of the Nansu dress. Do you know I'm going to forget something that I've made? So I've made a t-shirt, an Ogden cami, 2 Sicily slip dresses, a Nansu dress. I seem to have made more than that and I can't remember what I've made now. So what have I made? Now, my brain is completely frazzled. Completely frazzled. I have these. Now, Tamlin at the beginning of the year did a review. She was sent one of these, and as you can see I'm on volume 2. Volume 2 is now full and I can't put anything else in it. So the mystery dress that I'm making will have to go in volume 3, which I will be ordering when I get home. So I have written down in here what it is that I have made for my trip. The Charlie sweater. That's already been mentioned. The Davy dress. A Sicily slip dress. 2 Sicily slip dresses. And a Marlowe sweater. I love it. Now it should have buttons on it, and I've got some fantastic buttons from Jenny Stitches, but when I put it on, Hannah and I thought it didn't need the buttons, so we left it with no buttons on. I've made a kilo wrap dress. Love my kilo wrap dress. What I've done is I've literally written in what I've made, but I'm meant to put in a piece of the fabric and then go back and fill in the notes. I think this will be done retrospectively. I have made, there's the other Sicily slip dress. Well, that doesn't have a piece of fabric. Does now. Fell out. A saltwater slip dress in this one. I've written in the Elodie, but that's the one thing I've not made. So that's what I've made. I thought I'd put in the Closet Core t-shirt in here as well. Oh, that's not got in my book. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I'll tell you what else I keep in here. When I got my fabric for my kilo, I always keep any note that I get. So I've got that one there, and then when I've got this one here when I ordered a pattern from So Much More. I've got my lovely First for Fabrics invoice from when I went up. Anything that makes the pattern special. So I've got my blogger post things here for Jenny Stitch. I've got the back of the fabric there, you're not seeing the front of it, but these are little cards that Jenny sent me, and such as like Sew Me Sunshine, when I made the saltwater in this one, I got the little projects and the ribbon, and I always keep these things, which is why my book looks like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to sign off from this vlog now. I have the hemming to do. It's been a whirlwind of a week for me. I cannot believe I've made so much in a week, and I've managed to cut the grass, keep the house clean, do my washing, walk the dogs. But now I must stop and I must get on with my mystery dress. My aim is, although it's Friday, this vlog will be ready and I will upload it the minute I get to my brother's on Sunday. So it's Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, give me a like. If you want to join me on my journey, click the subscribe button and click that notification button, and you'll find out what's happening next on the Oregon trails. I'll see you at Heathrow Airport. Right, so here we go. We've got the girls ready for Pockwells and Rachel's into. Woo! And this is all to be done just before I go off to Oregon. So here we are. Am I going to keep it going round? Keep it going. Yes, here we go. Hannah's just doing the bride's mother, and we are all getting ready to go to Bob's. There's some challenges. I've got to get a picture of myself in Peter Ronco.
Oh yes.
So I have to say, Rachel is just doing her sister-in-law's glitter. We're all glittered up. Are you all glittered up, Hannah? Who did Rachel's nose?